Greetings to all my tech heads out there in the KevTechify nation. And if you're new here, welcome. In this episode, we're going to look at router hardware. We'll be discussing router requirements, Cisco routers, and router form factors. This episode is part of my series on enterprise networking, security, and automation for the CCNA. I'm Kevin here at KevTechify. Let's get this adventure started. Routers use either the network portion, and this is for IP version 4, or the prefix IP version 6 of the destination IP address here to route packets to the proper destination across your network. They also provide alternate path selection if one of the links goes down, and the local interface, so that interface on the local area network, that is the default gateway that those devices use to get off of their network to connect to other networks. Routers, they can also do other things. They can stop those broadcasts. They can limit those broadcast domains. They interconnect separate locations. So you got two locations, you use routers to connect between them. You can group users logically by application or department. You can create different subnets and have them all together, and then you can and routers can use access controllers to provide security by filtering addresses and packets out. Here we have the integrated service routers. What these routers do, typically they're called branch routers, is they optimize branch services here on a single platform while delivering an optimal application experience across the branch and WAN infrastructures. They allow you to connect to those devices. They do it fairly well, but you are typically limited to connecting up branches or smaller locations with these. Network edge routers enable the network edge to deliver high performance, highly secure, and reliable services that unite campus data centers and branch networks all into one network for you. Service provider routers, they deliver end-to-end scalability solutions, subscriber aware services. Here are a couple pictures. A lot of times these service provider routers actually have doors on the front. Inside you can see that we have all sorts of connections, and these are your service providers. When you want connection across the internet, you want your internet connection, you go to these service providers. A lot of times some of the equipment they'll have in their locations here will look like this. This happens to be the network converged systems from Cisco. These are the size of refrigerators in their data centers. Industrial routers are designed to provide enterprise class features in a rugged or harsh environment. Out in your machine shop where there's oil being spilt and hydraulic fluid and different things in the air, or where it could get dirty or contaminated. These are designed for that. And these are smaller devices. These devices range from 4 to 6 to 8 inches big. They get mounted a lot of times inside of another container to help try and keep them as clean as possible. But they offer these enterprise class features. And these routers are just like the other routers that we've been talking about the whole time, except they're smaller, they're more rugged. When you're looking for routers, there's several form factors you need to consider. This is the 900 series form factor. This is a small branch office router. It combines your wide area network, switching, security, advanced connectivities in this compact fanless platform for small and mid-sized businesses. When you start to get into really big organizations or your service providers, the form factors start getting bigger. These are the fairly big devices. These aren't your 1U devices anymore. They're not 1.7 inches big. These units right here, these are the size of a mini fridge. They still mount in your rack, but they're a good 24 inches tall. This big one right here is close to 4 feet tall. Still mounts in your data cabinet, but it is 24 inches tall. They are typically modular, allowing you to build that device to meet the needs of you and your organization. Larger organizations also looked at network convergent systems. Now, these routers are designed to efficiently scale between large data centers and large enterprise networks, web and other service providers with your WAN and your aggregation networks. These will allow you to have modular services here once again to build the features and services you need to make your company successful. And the last form factor we have to look at is our industrial integrated services. These are smaller devices, very compact, designed for harsh environments. This one is about 8 inches across, and they typically don't serve a lot of devices. They service a handful of devices in a physical location, and that physical location is a harsh environment. It's dirty, it's dusty, high moisture. That moisture could be water or cutting fluids from machines or oils from hydraulics or just the rain that's coming down. But it's a very harsh environment for electronics. It was my pleasure to provide you with this wonderful episode on router hardware. If you like this episode and you got value out of it, please click that like button, give a 5-star rating, leave a comment. This all helps me bring you more great content. Please take a minute to subscribe to my channel. All of my socials and contact information are on my website, KevTechify.com. There you can find out how to get all these episodes in video and podcast form. In the upper right is my playlist for my series on enterprise networking, security, and automation for the CCNA. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my series on enterprise networking, security, and automation for the CCNA. Once again, I'm Kevin. This is KevTechify. I'll see you next time for another great adventure.